Hello, my name is Daniel Kevin Siboro, and today I'm going to be presenting my summary regarding this week's topic in my wireless communication and convergence network course. And this week's topic is NGN. So what exactly is NGN? NGN is a next generation network. It is a packet-based or IP-based network, meaning that it uses internet protocol and it uses packets that contain data, whether it be the sender's data or the receiver's data. And the NGN uses multiple broadband and QoS-enabled transport technologies. So what exactly does multiple broadband mean? So multiple broadband means that it is able to connect to existing broadband technologies. So it will be able to use broadbands over fixed, over mobile, and over wireless. So NGN will be using all of these existing technologies and make it into a different type of network that is a new idea. And QoS-enabled transport technologies, what does this mean? So transport technologies, this is the technology or the providers that allow the user to access services. So for example, if we want to order food on our phone, So first off, what we need is data. So this data will be provided by the transport technology. So what this means is that this transport technology is provided by our cellular service providers or also the cellular data providers. And what QoS enabled means is it has a certain QoS or certain standard that it needs to hold for it to be NGN, or NGN has a certain standard for QoS. So QoS itself is quality of service. So regarding the quality of service for transport technology, it means that there's quality of service regarding our data. So what does that mean exactly? So what that means is there is bandwidth we can access with our prepaid or subscription for our cellular data. And then there is also latency. So these are things that the transport technology or the provider needs to set for their service. And NGN also makes service independent of transport technology. So what does this mean? This means that the service technology is a separate entity from the transport technology. So for example, we were talking about data or cellular data that is provided by providers of the transport technology. So for example, we're trying to order food. When we order food, this is service. But the data that we use to order the food is transport. So what this means is that we will use a separate service, or basically we're getting the service from different places. So for example, we order food using an application on our phone, while we get our data from a different application on our phone, or from our phone when we use a certain number combination. We can buy data. Like for example, in Indonesia, we can go to here, and then there will be choices, and we can buy our data from here. Okay. On to the next slide. Why do we need to use NGN? So NGN is used for the purpose of convergence. So what does this mean? Convergence means that we are converging different services, all these services, into one service. So in the past, we know that different providers will only offer us a single kind of service. So for example, this provider will provide cellular connection, and then this one will give us TV broadcast and access to international TV channels. And then the next one will give us our telephone, our landline connection. And so NGN will converge all the services into one service, which is D in this case. Let's just name it D. And why do we need to converge? We need to converge because all of these ABC has their own cost. And it makes it very expensive to get components and devices for each service in a dedicated manner. And so by having one single service, we will have a system where we can share and distribute the service, making it less expensive. And also, we will require less nodes or connections. So this is an example of a network. I took this picture from this week's presentation. And we can see here from the legacy network or the old network, we can see a lot of nodes, a lot of connections, and there are several different regions. So we have 5.5K sites, 2K, 1K, 300, 115. And this makes it very convoluted and expensive because we need to set up many different offices to connect to our services, for example, PSTN, which is our telephone landline, or the ATM or the IP. And with NGN, it reduces the number of nodes or offices around 30 to 40%. As we can see here, there are only 3 regions here. There's the end user, there's the 5.5K sites, and there's the hard sites. And we can see here, when we compare the legacy network to the new network, the NGN converged core, we can see that the services are converged into one single network here. We can see ISP and then the content, the call server, and it is then distributed into this network here. And the number of nodes decrease significantly. And this also makes it cheaper. Thank you for listening to my presentation. God bless you.